King Charles III and Queen Camilla spent the final day of their 4-day U.S. state visit in Virginia on Thursday, April 30th, before leaving for Bermuda. The day began in Washington, where the royal couple returned to the White House for a short farewell ceremony under clear spring skies. Outside the South Portico, President Donald Trump praised the monarch and said, "He's the greatest king in my book." Trump, King Charles, Queen Camilla, and First Lady Melania Trump posed for photos together.
Morning.
Good morning.
Great king.
What would you rate his visit?
The greatest king in my book.
After the pictures, the group went inside the White House briefly, then returned outside about 6 minutes before the royals left for Virginia. Before joining public celebrations, King Charles made a solemn stop at Arlington National Cemetery, a deeply respected site where tens of thousands of America's war dead are buried. He crossed the Potomac River and visited the tomb of the unknown soldier, where he received a 21-gun salute. They laid a wreath and flowers as a military band played, and silence followed in tribute to fallen service members. Charles and Camilla later toured an exhibition inside Arlington's display room. The couple then traveled to Front Royal, a small Virginia town near Shenandoah National Park, where crowds lined the streets to welcome them. It was the first time many Americans had the chance to see the royals in person during the trip, as earlier events had taken place under tight security. When the king and queen arrived, people cheered loudly as the couple waved from their car with the windows lowered. King Charles III and Queen Camilla first greeted residents who had gathered behind barriers to welcome him, shaking hands and speaking with members of the public before continuing inside. Virginia Governor Abigail Spanberger welcomed them at the event. They met first responders and visited local business owners, including Kaylee Richardson of the Honeystead. The downtown celebration marked America's upcoming 250th birthday. A marching band played the British national anthem, and the royals took part in a walkabout, shaking hands, and speaking with residents enjoying the warm Appalachian sunshine. The block party had the feel of a festive town fair. Tables were filled with food, including burgers, pulled pork, crab tots, jerk chicken wings, donuts, pizza, custard, and Girl Scouts cookies. Buckingham Palace described it as a North American potluck meal. Charles and Camilla asked questions about the dishes, but did not eat. They also contributed British favorites such as coronation quiche, Victoria sponge cake, and honey from royal hives. Entertainment included Appalachian clog dancing, cheerleaders, school groups, fire trucks, classic British and American cars, and a local trolley parade. Queen Camilla picked up some Thin Mint cookies to take with her. The town square was packed with thousands of people waving Union Jack and American flags. Residents also placed a glittering red, white, and blue welcome sign on a road leading into town, adding to the festive atmosphere. The royals also charmed the crowd by spending time with a lamb. Later in the day, the couple split up for separate visits. Queen Camilla traveled to Smitten Farm in the Plains, Virginia, where she focused on the horse racing industry, one of her lifelong passions. She was welcomed with flowers from Violet Merrick, daughter of farm manager Hunter Merrick. Camilla toured the breeding operation, met mares, foals, and retired racehorses, and spoke with breeders and veterinarians about animal welfare. Reflecting on horse ownership, she said, "You have to go with the ups and downs. there are many more downs than there are ups. She also fed a carrot to the horses and met industry leaders, including Lisa Lazarus of the Horse Racing Integrity and Safety Authority. Family friend Guy Pelly also greeted her and presented a bottle of wine. Meanwhile, King Charles visited Shenandoah National Park. He was welcomed by Park Superintendent Tracy Stakely and Interior Secretary Doug Burgum with his wife, Catherine Burgum. At the park, Charles unveiled 2 commemorative stones, one from Balmoral in Scotland and another from the Appalachian Mountains, symbolizing a new partnership between Shenandoah National Park and the Cairngorms in the Scottish Highlands. The king also learned about bird conservation programs and met staff involved in education programs. He joined a junior ranger ceremony, stamped a special park passport, and greeted representatives of the Bark Ranger program. King Charles later met members of the Monacan Indian Nation, a federally recognized Native American tribe based on Bear Mountain in Virginia. The Monacan people are one of the few tribes in the United States still living on parts of their ancestral homeland, including Chief Shields, and discussed environmental protection with U.S. fish and wildlife officials. That evening, King Charles III and Queen Camilla formally departed the United States from Joint Base Andrews after a ceremonial send-off. The king traveled to Bermuda while the Queen returned to the UK. They were first bid goodbye by Sir Christian Turner and then escorted to their aircraft by Monica Crowley. Military personnel lined the route as King Charles III walked to the plane, marking the end of their 4-day U.S. visit. Their trip included stops in Washington, New York, and Virginia, as well as meetings with President Donald Trump. King Charles then continued to Bermuda, where he will begin his first visit as sovereign to the British Overseas Territory. That's all for now from Global Pulse Unplugged. Stay sharp, stay informed, and we'll see you next time.